So from the M365 Admin Center, I would never have believed that there is a way to set up conditional access policy also. But when I checked on setup here, right? So down below, something is just loading up. So you would see something here, sign in and activities. So here, myself, I've never done a lot of things here, but something that is very interesting here is where you see deploy conditional access policy. So let me just zoom in a bit, possible. So it's saying that the deploy conditional access policy guide provide customer who have the Microsoft Entra Plan 1 or Microsoft Entra Plan 2 license. So it means that for you to be able to have access to this feature, you must have either of these licenses with customizable conditional access template that include most common and least instructive security standard in zero trust. Then talk about secure foundation. There's another model you want to look at, remote work, then protect administrator, and then all of that. So it is telling you that if you want to do any of these ones, then you want to go for this. So what you do, you can click on it, right? So when you click on that, the good thing it does for you is that, if you've not set it up already, you will not see completed. I have deleted the policies because I want to show a demo, right? So if you come to this place, you will see the option to get started, right? So if you come here, it will tell you, if you come down below here, you will see the different templates that you can use. So if you click here now, you have secure foundation template, you have the zero trust which is recommended, right? So then you have the remote work policies, then you have protect, then you have emerging threats. Now, the point that I want you to take away from here is the fact that if you are picking one of it, it's going to select all the policies that would help you guide against that particular model. Let's say, for instance, you want to create you want to guide against your data protection in terms of remote workers, and you want to create the remote work model, so which is going to have like a list of policies in it. So what you do is you come here to review the category that can actually give you the definition of how many policies each of it is going to come with. So if you go by securing foundation, it's going to come with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 policies. What policies are they? Require multi-factor authentication for admins, which you could do from the admin center here directly, either by using template, which is like one of these ones here. Require multi-factor authentication for all admins, which is the first policy here in terms of the template that you are given. But it's just going to be one policy. But let's come back here. Then you're going to have securing info registration, which is going to be one of them there too. Then block legacy authentication and all of that. So if you are going by policy, by the zero trust policy, it defines zero trust policy for you to say, okay, Microsoft zero trust model is a comprehensive security strategy that favors a robust, never trust, always verify approach, that it treats every access request as potential hostile regardless of the origin, and extending protection across users, devices, application, data, network, and infrastructure. Now, the point is that you may not know what is contained in the policy or the model, the zero trust model. So what this is going to do for you to secure your tenant is that it's going to provide all the policy. For this, it's going to give you 14 policies, right? Set up for all admins for these, then block legacy app, require MFA for all users, require MFA authentication for guest access, then MFA access for Azure management, then require multi-factor for risky, like that, everything. Now, what happens is that you can also go to remote work to see how many policies are going to favor you. Then you go to this one here. These ones are maybe deprecated or before, you check all these ones out. But that's the definition. Now, if you go through all of those, you now choose one policy, the one that, of course, which I would also recommend zero trust security model for people, right, who want to truly take ownership of the security of their whole environment. So if you click on next, right, what it will do is it will evaluate that policy. So it's defining the policy here to just what we said earlier: robust, never trust anyone, verify, and all of that. Then it will come here. So the funny thing is that you will not be able to click next. So if you look at it, right, you have to, if you open each of them, it is going to default to the read only. Now, what's the use of read only when setting up conditional access policy? Read only helps you to gather the information, the audits, what's happening in your environment, and then you can use that detail to now decide. So setting your policies in read only mode is like toothless bulldog. It's not going to do anything, but it's just going to help you get information. Now, the only way you can have the policy kick off immediately is for you to turn it on. And or but it is usually recommended that you find a way to put your policy in read only, observe it during a while and before you turn it off. And always remember to exclude your break glass account. Don't be like me who locked myself and everyone out of my tenant, right? So what you do is, if you now want to, okay, pick this policy, fine, you pick this, you have to pick all the 15 if you want to adopt the security model, the zero trust security model. So you select all of them. So as at the time you pick them all and you leave them in read only, which is the best practice, I will advise that you start turning them on one after the other. Notice the impact, and then if you have to reverse, you have to reverse. If you have to move, then you can turn on the next one, right? So you can do next. Now what happens is it will ask you to choose the authentication method that you want to, you want users to adopt or admins to adopt, right? You can decide to go by MFA app alone, or you can also decide to add the FIDO key to it. But if you go for certificate based, you have like a warning, right? So you need to ensure that the user enabled for certificate based authentication have a valid certificate and all of that. So I'm not using this, and I'm not also using FIDO key. So these are medium security, third party software or OAuth, and then all of that. But these are nice, so you can do next in that case. But the good thing about this for me is that once you do this, it takes a while, right? And then it will tell you like the summary of everything you've done. You are saying require multi-factor, yes, this, yes, and then all of them that you've turned on, you will just see, right? So you can click on done. So this is the automatic way where 14 different policies will be created and they can be managed, right? So right now they are created, but I want you to look at this place first. I hope it will not refresh immediately. Let me come back to dashboard. Then if I come to conditional access, and then I hope it's going to refresh. I thought I had it open. So you can see all the 14 policies are back here. You didn't see any of these before, right? So now you can decide to start observing the effect of the policy by using what is called the what if, or you can decide to. So if you look at it, every policy is same condition is one, access control is blocked, and then it will tell you like everything, right? So you can decide to turn on the policy from here and save, right? Or you can even decide to view policy impacts. If you allow it in audit for a while, you see the impact, you see the trend, the rise and the fall, and then you can see. So once that is done, you can start turning them on, right? And saving them. But one thing I also kind of quickly say is that this is still another very manual way of doing things. So, but from here, right, if you come back to where is that place again? Let me just come back to show all, and then I come to where are you guy? Setup here. Okay, so if I come down to this same guy, so let's say you already have like a lot of conditional access policy, whether you are using this or not, right? If you come here to say deploy conditional access policy, and then you go to get started. So one thing that is, excuse me, I think I clicked the wrong thing. Just give me a sec. Something else I want to show, not that. Let me see if I'm able to get that. Let me see. Apologies, I'll just come back to this place. I don't want it to confuse me. So I think there's something I need to look at there. Yeah, that's it. I click on get started. There's something I need us to see. I think it's under configure, right? Is it where you can manage them? Review. Yeah, this is it. Review and manage existing policies. So when you click on review and manage existing policy, it is very simple for you to now turn the one you want to turn on. If you have impact on any that you want to turn off, right? So you can change all of them here one after the other, and once you save, it is going to automatically get turned on here. So one thing I always tell people, if you want to play with everything, but do not play with conditional access policy. I'll show you something real quick before I leave I leave the stage. I'll drag something here. This is one of my biggest posts that I would like to show you, and it's on the error I committed with conditional access policy. You can see this post. This is one of my biggest posts ever, right? So this what happened. I set up a policy to say that if Microsoft Defender is not in laptops, then you should not be able to access all Office applications. Little did I know that I was not excluding myself. And or little did I know that Microsoft Defender firewall was not turned on my laptop, the one I was using. Immediately I hit on save, I lost access to my tenants, right? So I had to quickly use another account to go build a VM in Azure and ensure that Microsoft Defender firewall is turned on before I was able to access my admin center and turn off that policy before I was able to get in. I just needed a PC that is compliant with the policy. So when you want to play, do not play with conditional access policy. And if you must still go ahead, make sure that you have your break glass account ready. I know a lot of people that came here to say, why, how could you have done that? A lot of persons mentioned something around security. I mean, break glass accounts. And people, some even came to insult me, right? To say, with all my colorful certification, basic things I'm not observing them. But of course, anyone can make mistakes. So if you want to play, I'm just sounding warning. Please be very careful so that you don't lock yourself out of your environment. So that's all I'll be able to show us today. And yeah, thank you very much.
Joseph, the other thing I'll say about that is that's how you learn, right? You make mistakes. Hopefully, they're not in production, right? Like I don't want to make a
Yeah,
mistake in McDonald's environment. But
yeah,
if you make those mistakes, a lot of times those are lessons you're never going to forget. So you
yes.
will always be, you know, somebody that probably points that out to other people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Double checks it, like you said, with that report only or that read only mode before you implement a policy. And then
Yeah.
that's how you learn. Like the first time I formatted a disk, my dad had to drive me to the computer store because I had formatted the disk that booted the computer. And I have never forgotten that lesson because it was a very long drive with a very angry father who couldn't use his computer until we got to the computer store and they explained what I did wrong. And I learned that lesson so early, and it's never left. But
Yeah.
that's how we learn, right?
Yes, definitely.
If you don't fail first attempt in learning, there's not always learning, or the learning doesn't stick, right? You learn something and then you forget it because you never applied it. It never
Hmm.
became kind of a lesson. So
That's true.
great demo.
Absolutely.
Great
Thank,
demo.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and
So,
actually, I would add that if you have a test environment or a sandbox, then it's always uh, I can tell you before I run a script or something, I always test it on a demo site and see if it works. I don't do it on productive, or it could be a yeah some test environment, and that can give indication to how to work. And by the way, Joseph, can you return to this first screen you went? Because I saw there's a menu for agents. Have you noticed that? Can you go to the first screen you went? There's
Oh, okay. I'm just sharing my screen again now.
yeah,
Okay.
I saw the first menu was agent. Is that something new, or can you scroll up? Yeah, yeah.
Here,
Go to
here
the
on this.
first. No, on the left. No, not this one. Yeah, the admin center. Yeah, but scroll to the top. Yes,
Agents.
up more to the top. The
Yeah, I'm
first
already at the
menu.
top. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
see agent.
Yeah, I think this
What's
is
that?
new.
Is that to do with Copilot?
Oh, okay.
Security Copilot agent.
I think I heard something. Ami, just hold on. Let's check because I think I heard one
Security
announcement that
Copilot. Well,
I
I
think I
think
heard
that's
that.
something that you need to pay separately, but it's something that stood out, and I'm wondering
Yeah,
if it's
I think
maybe
the
it's the
agent.
Copilot for security.
I'm thinking that maybe the agents you build can be managed from there. Let me see. I think I have one or two agents on this tenant. Let me see how it looks or what is there. Because the other one does not have Copilot license, and I've not built
Okay,
an agent there.
but it
Let me see what happens in this one. Yeah, just trying to get in and see
yeah.
agents. Okay, I think it's around
But
security
it says
Copilot
it's
agents.
security. It might be there's a specific one for security, which is very expensive. But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, you can
I
maybe
think
learn
it's
more.
something to
Yeah,
look out for.
yeah. So
Mhm.
just it stood
Okay,
out,
let me just
and
check this out.
yeah,
Yeah.
interesting to see what it's all about.
I think it's brilliant that you saw that quickly. Security product that empowers IT protection, cyber threats, and oh, okay, okay.
Maybe
So it's
next
something I
time
would
you
look.
can
Yeah, yeah, it's something
investigate.
I would like to look at. Thank you very much for pointing my
Okay.
attention to that. I never saw it. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're on top of the hour already. I want to thank you very much for standing in for Frank Falvey, who is unavoidably absent. Danre, thank you very much. And Ami, congratulations once again for your Dua
You too.
MVP ship. You're really doing a great job, and your job is not going unnoticed. So keep them coming. So Dan, thank you very
We are.
much. Yeah. So
Thank you.
we'll be ending the live stream now, guys. We'll see you again next week. Thank you very much. Cheers.